In this video, I'm going to give you the raw, unfiltered truth about running a social media marketing agency for over 2 years now. I'll give you the 4 key tips that I wish I implemented sooner that got me from 0 to 10K per month while working a full-time job, and can do the same for yourself. Now, if you don't watch this video the whole way through, then I'm sorry, but you will never be able to get the life that you want. Now, I promise you that by the end of this video, you'll have all of the frameworks, standard operating procedures to be able to get to 0 to 10K per month. The only thing stopping you is you implementing it. Now, who am I to actually say this stuff in the first place? Well, I've been running a social media marketing agency now for over 2 years. I'm now living out in Vietnam, in Da Nang. But it wasn't always like this. I worked a 9 to 5. I was a full-time teacher, which I absolutely loved, but I always felt like I wanted to do more with my life, and I've decided to take the next steps and move away. Huge risk, yes, but there's no downside to it. There is only upside. And my agency is consistently making anywhere from 15 to 20K per month and continuously growing it and scaling further. I'm also being mentored by Jordan Platten, one of the biggest agency owners on YouTube, or agency owner gurus on YouTube. So if you don't believe me, then absolutely fine. Feel free to click off the video. But if you're ready to take action and go from 0 to 10K per month or scale beyond 10K a month, then follow my exact process. Now, the problem is that 95% of social media marketing agency owners quit within 1 year or less than a year. Now, why does this happen? Well, they don't know the core 4, the systems that allow you to scale an agency fast. And these are the exact systems that I use to work a full-time job as a teacher and also scale my agency to over 10K per month while I was working 12-hour days. Now, for us to be able to do this in the first place, we're going to dive into the screen here. And this is going to give more clarity about how to think about your agency and be able to grow and scale it further, or go from 0 to 10K just like that. So for us to be able to do all of this and know the core 4, we need to understand what the core 4 are in the first place. So the first one is going to be marketing. Then we've got sales. Then we've got fulfillment. I'll put it as fluff. And then finally, we have ops, or operations. Now, these are the core 4. The reason that these are the core 4 is that these are the key indicators of knowing what the constraint is within your business right now. Now, if you haven't started your agency, then you need to be focusing on marketing. Marketing, very simply put, is getting sales calls booked. If you are struggling with client acquisition at the moment, you need to focus on marketing. Think about anything and everything to do with booking more sales calls. That is the stuff that you need to be doing and working on. Anything else is just fluff. Now, the reason I'm going on about the core 4 like this is the core 4 allowed me to be able to hone down on the constraint within the business and solve that one thing at a time. Because in business, you're only really going to have one issue at one time that needs to be solved. And that issue is the thing that you lock in on and you focus on and you resolve and you get over. Because of that, that is why anything else is just guesswork and noise that you shouldn't be doing. So if we think about the core 4, marketing, sales, fulfillment, standard operating procedures, marketing is booking more sales calls in. Sales is being able to get cash collected. Fulfillment is delivering the service, being able to deliver the result. And then ops is looking at the data, building out standard operating procedures, managing the teams that you've got within your departments. All of that side of stuff is anything to do with the core 4. If you have churn rate issue, or your just service delivery isn't very good, then you've got a fulfillment problem that you need to fix, because you need to be able to deliver good results for your clients. And then if you've got, for example, a data problem, if you haven't got procedures and processes in place, then you've got an operations problem. And usually what this is a hiring problem. You just need to have a hiring funnel where you're able to acquire the right talent for your agency. So with that in mind, you should be able from this video to identify what your constraint is within the business. Is it marketing, sales, service delivery or fulfillment, and then operations? Whatever your constraint is, you focus anything and everything on that. And you think to yourself, okay, what are the things that I need to do now to book more sales calls in? Oh, okay, so I need to do 100 cold calls bare minimum a day. I need to practice and revise my script. I need to track the data for the cold calls. How many pickups, pitches, destinations have I got? How many calls booked have I got? How many have shown? So then I've got a really good idea. And then once client acquisition is not a problem, then you might have a sales problem. So this is where you need to learn and get better at closing, investing in a mentor, for example, reviewing your sales calls, refining your sales call script. And it's just a continuous process until you keep improving, improving, and improving. Then eventually everything compounds, you hit the 10K and beyond, and you grow and scale further. Now, it wasn't all like this, because for me, this is something I wish I'd known sooner. Because once I'd known this, within 1 month, I went from 1K a month to 10K a month while working a full-time job. And you can do the exact same thing as well right now. Focus on your constraint, solve the problem. Once it's resolved, you'll have another problem and you go through the same process again. List out all the necessary actions that you need to do, whether it's service delivery, ops, sales, or client acquisition or marketing. Whatever it is, focus on it, get it resolved.